Hey everyone, it's Steve. If you recall from a previous video, I had a problem with this driver's side headlight where even replacing the bulb wouldn't fix the problem. It turned out the little receptacle for it was screwed up. I'll leave a link for that at the end. Anyway, what I did is I ordered an entire replacement assembly, and that's what I'm going to do in this video, is replace this. So let's go ahead and get this guy open and see what this looks like. It looks like it should be a fairly easy job, but you've got to be careful about saying those kind of things before you get started. Alright, so here is my replacement. It's not really scratched, there's just like a saran wrap on the front, but boy, that is nice and clear. It looks like the bulbs are actually already in there. I got this off of eBay. I don't remember the vendor, but I'll leave it for you in the description. But it looks like all I should have to do is just switch out this one wiring harness right here, because if you've seen other videos on these headlights, they're really easy to take out. So let me show you that. Basically, there's just these two poles right here. Now, if they happen to be stuck for whatever reason, you can put some WD-40 on them and just wiggle them out. But once you take out this one, and you take out this one, the whole assembly just wiggles out like that. And then that wiring harness is down here in the corner. So let me get the camera closer to where you can see that. All right, so this is the part I got to dislodge, and I think this red thing is just like an interference clip. That little thing right there. Oh, good. All right, so let me see if I can get that off here. I might have to use some pliers. It probably pinches on the bottom somewhere. Maybe I'll try a screwdriver. There's a little notch right there. Let me try that. All right, let's try it. Let's see if a little screwdriver helps wedge that off of there. One of the things about plastic connectors, especially in these older vehicles, because this vehicle's coming up on 17 years old, is this stuff tends to dry out and become brittle. And so what ends up happening is you do any kind of force and you end up damaging it. Tell you what, looks like there's a way I can, I was going to say I could disconnect this and pull this thing out closer to me, but I think I just got to figure out how to get this little red thing off of there. Actually, what I should have done was looked on the replacement part. Apparently it comes with one of these, and it looks like it just pops up, but there could be something interfering in here. So let me see if I can just wiggle on it for a little bit and see if I can get it to come up. There we go. Enough screwdriver work finally got it to come up. So all right, so finally got that part off. So another good practice whenever you're replacing a part, if you've worked on vehicles long enough, you know that sometimes the replacement part you get sometimes doesn't always exactly match what you're replacing. So before you start scarring up your new one and make it unreturnable, you want to just kind of do some visual inspection to make sure that it's roughly going to fit the way you think that the old one was. So, all right, so I think we're good to go ahead and put this guy in. The most important part is going to be the shape, which looks to be the same, and also these little spots where those little poles that sit in there to hold it in place. So let's go ahead and plug this guy in, put this in place, and put the poles back and start it up and see what happens. All right, here we go with the install. So I'm going to start by connecting my wire harness, which just means pulling this thing back. It doesn't have to pull all the way out, it just has to pull back enough. And then it slides on there. Sorry, I'm sure my arm is in the way. Okay, it's on there. Push that little red thing back down so it's flat. And then put this in place. Seems to be lining up okay so far. Alright. Okay, so let's put the poles back in place, see if that works out. That's the part I'm the most nervous about, is making sure these are going to match. Fighting with it a little bit here. All right, that's not too bad. Looks like we're getting there. Got to get the bottom one to line up. I will say my old one I didn't have to fight as much, but at the same time it was old, which means that the rubber had probably dried out and loosened up, and the clearance, you know, the clearances and gaps had probably opened up. Okay, that little one went in pretty well. All right, so now let's see if I just get this one the rest of the way down. Get this one the rest of the way down. Let's try pushing on the bottom here while it's fighting me a little bit. Let me take a look here. So there's like a little tongue at the very end, and I'm trying to get that to line up on the bottom receptacle. All right, I think I see what might be the problem. So on my new one, this wire piece is just loose, hanging down here, and I think it might have been getting in the way. So I'm going to take and tuck it up here. There's actually a spot for me to, some grooves for me to put this in here. So just check for that if you're doing this, that this is not just flapping around loose. Maybe that's what's getting in my way. All right, so I'm going to tuck this into here. It wasn't here before. It was like hanging down loose. That was the problem. So tuck that in there. All right, yeah, maybe that was getting pinched. All right, let's try again. All right. Let's see if we get any progress here. I think what I'm going to do is I'll try the big one first and leave the other one loose until I get this one. There it went. I just had to give it a little bit of a push down here on the bottom, and it went. Now let's see if we can do the top one. I'm sorry, the smaller one here, more towards the center. All right, great. Well, it's time for the moment of truth. We'll start up the vehicle and see if we get a headlight. Hooray! All right, let's take that protective saran wrap off of there. Oh wow, what a difference. I know it probably doesn't show up on the video, but the clarity of that one compared to that one, which is 16, 17 years old there on the passenger side. All right, there we go. Very exciting. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps you out.